Good day, Pure Rockers. This is the KNEC News Monkey coming at you again with another edition of What Am I Unboxing? Or, to paraphrase, this is a new unboxing video that I'm going to present to you. Now, I've done several unboxing videos so far, and I have to say that this one by far is the most impressive, especially when it comes to the contents and the packaging. You're asking yourself what it is that I'm unboxing? Well, I'm glad you did, because today we have the Rush Grace Under Pressure 40th Anniversary Edition. And in keeping with what the band has done for their last several albums, going all the way back to 2112 up through Signals, the band has issued 40th Anniversary editions in various configurations. This one happens to be the granddaddy of them all, the Super Deluxe box set. And I have to say that this thing is massive. When it showed up on my doorstep, it was extremely heavy, and as you can tell, it's 4 inches thick, and it weighs just a little over 10 pounds. So there's a lot to get into on this. As you'll notice, there's a beautiful illustration, reimagination of the Grace Under Pressure, done by their longtime illustrator, Hugh Syme. So let's check and see what's in this box set, shall we? All right, opening the box set, the first thing we come to, we see this nice little ribbon right here that holds all of the contents, and you can just lift it up to gain access to these things. The first thing we have is this nice little ballet hippo balancing on an egg with the Grace Under Pressure logo underneath it. This is actually a folder that contains a lot of the items in this box set. So opening up this box set, the first thing that we see is a replica concert ticket from the band's concert in Toronto in September of 1984, which was the tour that they did for Grace Under Pressure. We also have an all-access laminate replica from that tour. Next we have a multi-page document, and this first one is actually called Pressure Release. Get it? Grace Under Pressure. There are just several different notes and what they call pressure points. Just some discussion about the band and the album itself. So there's several pages of that. And then we get to what they call a Rush newsreel, which basically kind of gives you an overview of the band's history dating back to 1974, all the way up through when Grace Under Pressure was released. After that, we have 3 black and white litho photographs, live poses of the band. Then we also have a 2-foot by 3-foot poster of the band's concert in Toronto. It's very suitable for framing there. And last but not least, in this little folder, we have a replica of the tour program that they actually had for purchase on this tour. Anybody remember tour programs? I don't think there's many bands at all that still do these things. So this is a nice little addition. I like to refer to this as the band's new wave era, just because of their outfits and their haircuts. They just seem to be capturing on the new wave fad that was happening at the time. So there's what we have in this little folder. Next up, we have a copy of the Grace Under Pressure album with just a slightly different version of the cover than what was originally released. Once again, done by Hugh Syme. This is a remastered version of the album, and it comes in a very thick cardboard casing. Not your typical thin cardboard that most albums come in. This one is very thick and sturdy, and it's printed on 180 gram vinyl. So it's nice and thick and gives a nice clean sound. Next up, we actually have the Grace Under Pressure 2025 album mix done by Terry Brown. Producer has worked with the band before. So you actually have now 2 copies of Grace Under Pressure, a remastered version and one with the Terry Brown mix. For any details about the differences between these two, be sure and check out my written review that goes along with this video. And I will delve into all those differences. Next up, we have a very thick triple vinyl Rush Grace Under Pressure live in Toronto concert on 3 albums. Once again, this gatefold album casing is super thick and sturdy. Next up, we have a hardcover book that is 50 some pages. It's Grace Under Pressure book, and it has a foreword by Geddy Lee. And during this foreword, he talks about what was happening with the band at the time, how they went about finding a producer for the album, after the original one that they had chosen bailed on them for another band. And that goes on for several pages. And what you will see throughout this book are new photographs by Hugh Syme, elegantly done, starting with new artwork for each of the band's album songs, like this one for Distant Early Warning, After Image, Red Sector A. The guy is one of the most fantastic illustrators there ever was as far as album art goes. And the concepts for these album singles is just absolutely incredible. So you can go through this and you see new artwork for every one of the album's songs. This is a really cool book. And then once again in the center you have that same photo that was used on the poster I showed you earlier. And then we have several other different photos in here. Photos from the video shoots, various other photos, postcards. We've got some live shots here that have never been seen before. This one is a nice little piece of artwork. If you notice, the anvil has 2112 on it. And I should point out that the Toronto concert that comes with this box set is previously unreleased. So you're actually getting a concert that happened on this tour that wasn't released before, and so you can feel like you were there if you weren't, and enjoy the live show that Rush always puts on. Again, there's the photos I'm talking about. Those guys look like new wave, don't they? So cute and young. Hard to believe this was 40 years ago. There we have a photograph of the set list they used during that tour. Some more artwork. And then all these album credits, all the tour credits, which are quite a few, and then credits for this Super Deluxe edition as well. And in the very back of this hardcover is a Blu-ray disc. And this Blu-ray disc contains the audio of both of the editions of the Grace Under Pressure album, the remastered one as well as the Terry Brown mix. It also contains the audio of the Live in Toronto concert, as well as the actual videos, music videos that were released in conjunction with the album. There were 4 of them: Distant Early Warning, After Image, The Enemy Within, and The Body Electric. So that's a nice little tidbit there, tucked into the back of this book. And last but not least, we come to this acrylic display that has the Grace Under Pressure logo on it. And it also comes with a base to stand it in. Now, I've already taken the liberty of pulling the plastic off of this because the base takes some batteries. And despite what the bottom of this thing says, that it takes 3 AA batteries, that is completely incorrect. It actually is 3 AAA batteries. But I've taken the liberty of going ahead and putting the batteries in so I can show you what this does. There's a LED light strip in the bottom of it. And you put this little acrylic thing down in it. And there you go. Now, I will point out that there are no instructions included with this thing, so it took me a while to figure out what it actually does. If you notice right now, it's just the one color red. There's a little button here on the side, and by touching that button, you can change the color. And I didn't count how many different colors there were, but it will cycle through by tapping the button. Now there's actually one setting on here that it will actually cycle through all of the colors after every few seconds. It will change colors automatically. Now the one thing I couldn't figure out when I was playing around with this was, how the hell do you turn it off? Because there's no on and off switch on this thing. So after playing with it for a little while, I discovered that by double tapping this little button on the side, that turns it off. So it would have been nice to have some instructions, but now you know what the instructions are, and I've just told you. So if you get yourself one of these, this is a really nice addition. Now, if you can see now that it is cycling through the colors that you could individually display. And it's every few seconds that it changes. So that is probably the coolest thing right there. So as you can see, Rush has done it again as far as packaging together a nice 40th anniversary for another one of their albums. I will say the price point on this one is a little on the high side. I want to say that it's running around $300 to $350 for this box set. Now that being said, I do have a couple of concerns about the box set, but I'm not going to go into those on this unboxing video. If you want to get all the details about that, as I mentioned earlier, be sure and check out the written review on KNAC that goes along with this video, and you'll be able to see what concerns I have, as well as my final rating on this box set. Until next time, keep rocking, and we'll be back soon with another unboxing video.